One of them came up to me and he goes, I thought this was gonna be bad. You guys were actually pretty good. Hey, this is Lynsey and this is what I do.
What's your full name?
My name is Lynsey Grace Wyatt.
What's your main discipline?
My main discipline is aerial silks, or I hang on people's curtains, but not yours.
Other disciplines?
I do partner acrobatics, I'm a mid, and I also play with rope, play with other aerial apparatuses. One time I got to do harness on a flying trapeze net rigged vertically. That was an interesting aerial experience. And then I also do neuroscience.
How did you get into circus?
So I have a pretty interesting origin story with that. I took the wrong test when I was a kid and entered into high school early and then finished my first 2 years of college by 16. So at 16, I bought a one-way ticket to the Dominican Republic because I wanted to learn circus. I had taken an aerial dance class and the feminist approach to aerial was super intriguing to me as a kid, but there weren't a lot of resources where I was from. And I saw flying trapeze in Dominican Republic and basically the Craigslist of volunteer experiences abroad. I was like, oh, I can work on a farm and then maybe I can join the circus.
Is being an aerialist help you on your daily life?
It helps me in that I think there are a lot of traits that I've built through this lifestyle. I feel very resilient and I know how to set boundaries for respecting my own boundaries and then also setting boundaries with people, in that it's taught me how to communicate with lots of different people across the world. I feel like it's taught me a lot of communication skills, the resilience that it inherently creates when you're challenging yourself every day, physically, mentally, emotionally. I love that it's shaped me the way I am.
What's your favorite aerial discipline to watch?
Any aerial act that uses acrobatic spectacle to elevate something in society that matters. I think that there's a lot of power that we have in being able to grab people's attention and move them emotionally. Unlike a conversation where you're kind of confronted inherently, when we present ourselves in this vulnerable but also position of strength and in a way authority because it's something that's novel to the human brain, we actually have the ability to open people's minds to ways of thinking that they might not normally. So any act that considers that, I love.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Get Me the F Out of Here by Me.
What's the last picture on your phone?
Oh, my phone's there. Do you want me to show it? I didn't check this, huh? So Caroline Rennie is a good friend and work wife of mine from last year, and we were commissioned by a school to make a little show, and we were substitute teachers in tearaway costumes, so that's us. We got a standing ovation from teenagers, which is maybe the most proud moment of my life.
Wow. What's your favorite pizza topping?
Oh, I love shiitake mushrooms.
What's the other form of art that inspire you?
I think for me, it's kind of a mixture. It's more about the artists that have inspired me, and I like a lot of the social commentary and using satire, using different techniques from different fields. Again, I feel like we're strongest when we find ways that are innovative because it uses the novelty that catches people off guard to make them see things differently. I really love trying to integrate elements of that. I collaborate a lot with scientists and try to bring forward different concepts through using acrobatic spectacle. But to answer your question more succinctly, I think anything narrative is impactful for me.
The most unexpected place you had set up a rig?
So I got a really cool grant with a scientist to create the Urgent Marvels of Coastal Sciences show. And we were working, it was site specific, where her research is conducted in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And the plan was to take an aquatic vehicle that's usually used for research, which is like a tripod, but it drives out into the ocean. And we were aerial rigging off of that. Ended up being a very complicated process. We even tried using 2 other aquatic vehicles as well that are sort of boats with wheels and rigging off of that. But that was the most interesting, I think, site-specific thing I've done.
Being a circus artist is a pro or a con for your dating life?
Fuck. I didn't read that one. That's a terrible question. Let's skip that.
What's the future for circulation?
Well, I hope. We'll see if this comes through. I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood. But I would love to start doing artist residencies so that smaller companies, there's really a lack, I think, of support in the US. And I'd love to cultivate that alongside. I have a partner in a new project that's the founder of a dance company called Mental Health in Motion. We work very closely together when I'm in Virginia, and produce different shows and things. And she's amazing and would be a co-founder for this space. And we're trying to create opportunities for social impact and different types of projects to thrive.
What did you do before coming here?
I was training at Seven Fingers.
What will you do after?
I'm gonna go train at ENC.
Any upcoming project?
I am working with Dr. Nina Stark again, who's the scientist collaborator that I worked on the Urgent Marvels of Coastal Sciences project with. And we're working on getting funding for much larger projects over the next few years. So it will be, again, probably site-specific work, and I will hopefully be able to bring in collaborators. So stay tuned, and if you're a scientist or interested in that kind of intersectional work, reach out.